Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to RC Insiders. Got something that I think you guys will love today. This is the VEVOR 75-foot half-inch cable drain cleaning machine, aka we call it a snake, right guys? Just go over a couple of the quick features while we got it here in the garage. We're gonna get it plugged in. I'll show you how everything operates, and then if everything goes good with that, we'll take it out. I gotta clean my sewer drain. One of the main reasons I got it is because hey, I'm dropping like 250 bucks every time I gotta have somebody come out, because we had a tree tore down a few years ago, and you know, a couple, 3-4 times a year we gotta just clean that drain out real good for a few more years. So instead of doing that all the time, this thing here is just about 400 bucks. So by the time I use it one time, I'm gonna save myself a lot of money from here on out. Good looking machine, guys. It's nice and sturdy. Just go over a couple of the features like I said real quick. You got your extension cord holders here right on the side. This is your foot pedal, so you can basically run this machine by yourself. This is an air activated switch. When you step on it, it's going to engage the drum. The drum is nice and heavy duty. It's almost fully enclosed, but it's got just enough of an opening here so you can see how much cable you got left in the drum. It does come with an integrated GFCI. Really good thing to have, guys. If you ever operate a drain snake, a sewer machine, and it don't have a GFCI on it, stop immediately. You want a GFCI on it, so that's handy. It's already there. The motor, guys, it spins at about 1800 RPMs when it doesn't have a load on it. Nice and smooth. It's belt driven. You can see that there. The belt spins with the motor, turns your drum. You got your on-off switch up here. You got forward, which is your normal operating position. You're off, and you have a reverse. Guys, the only time you ever want to use reverse is, say, if you got your cable snagged up on something, your cable's hooked up inside the drain. That'd be about the only time you'd ever really want to use reverse. Other than that, even when your cable's going out, or when your cable's coming back in, you're going to want that switch on forward. That's how these auto feeds operate. Comes with a cool toolbox right here, guys, that you keep all your different cutters in. It also comes with your 4 main cutters. You got your retriever, your root cutter, your spade, your C cutter. Everything comes with it, and this cool little toolbox. Keep everything in right there. As far as putting the thing together, guys, the only thing that you're really going to have to assemble is the wheels. It's got these big 8-inch shock absorbing wheels on it that you're going to have to put that together. You're going to have to add this cover to it. Your little toolbox, it just screws right in. It's got 2 little screws, that's it. And then your handle. Your handle can come on and off as you want it. If you're looking for some extra storage space, hey, take that big handle off. But this is how easy it is to move around, guys. Just like that, nice and easy. It is pretty heavy, guys, so if you're going to be moving it around, you got to lift it up into a truck. You're going to want to have 2 people to lift. But as far as moving it around and operating the machine, you know, you can basically do that all by yourself. This is the magic right here. You got your forward, and you got your neutral, and then you got your reverse. So this is a huge deal for me. I'm used to putting these snakes in by hand, having to pull them out by hand. This is huge. So having that there is a beautiful tool right there. That's your tensioner knob right there. So when that's tight, this is how you operate the machine: forward, neutral, and reverse. And remember, when you're operating, that switch up there is always in forward, and that'll still bring the cable back in when you're trying to get reverse. So let me see if this extension cord right here will maybe reach up here, and I'll just show you a couple of how it operates. before we head outside, because this is all fine and dandy, right guys? But if it doesn't clean the drain, what's the point? All right, so we got plugged in. This is our air activated switch. This is what I'll be using with my foot. We're gonna turn our switch here to forward, and then I'll show you this magic. I'm gonna put that in forward, so when that's in forward, this will feed the cable out all by itself when I hit the switch. Look guys, this is what I'm talking about with your GFCI. So before you run it, you're going to want to run a test on it, and then when it's all good, you run your test, you hit the switch, nothing happens, reset, now we should be good to go. So here's your cable. I'm stepping on it with my foot, and this is just going to feed out by itself. And be careful guys, you don't want to get tangled up in a cable, trust me. A lot of power here. And then you would be in neutral if you just want to work a certain area. That way it's not going in or out. And then you just simply put it in reverse, and the cable will feed itself back in as you turn. That way you're not sitting there trying to drag that thing out by hand. So it really is a big deal. So forward, it'll feed in by itself. Neutral will do nothing. It'll sit there and work at your clog. And then reverse. Bring that cable right back out of the pipe for you guys. This is a steel core cable. It's flexible, but it gets you through a lot of 90s and twists and turns in the pipe. But also at the same time, it's not going to bend and kink like the cheaper cables I've used. It's a nice steel core. It'll resist corrosion, all that good stuff. What else did we want to look at here? Oh, the attachments, guys, right there. That's all you use is a Phillips head screwdriver. Unscrew your screw. Get your handy dandy one of your cutting bits out. And then it just screws right in, right there. So I'll show you how those hook up when we get out there and go to work on it. Like I said guys, it's nice and quiet. It will spin with no load on it at about 1800 RPMs, but you can hear how quiet it is. Man, that is beautiful. And remember guys, cleaning a sewer, it's a messy business. Having the drum here will save you a lot of mess, but at the same time, I'll show you a little trick that I do. When I'm pulling the cable back out, I'm going to clean that cable as best I can, because I don't really want to touch as much sewage as I don't have to, right? Alright, so that's the ins and outs of it. Remember guys, any questions about it, just leave a comment below. I'll be more than happy to answer any of your questions. We're going to go get set up. We're going to put one of these cool attachments on here. And we're going to start shooting and cleaning out our drain. Alright, we'll see you out there. Alright guys, we got her out here. We got an extension cord ran out here to our main drain. Just a couple of things I wanted to go over with you real quick before we start shooting this line. A couple of safety things. You want to get your unit as close to the drain as possible, okay guys? Reason being is once you get a certain amount of length out of the snake, it's going to start twisting around and turning, and it's not going to be pretty, and you can get really hurt. So you want to get your machine basically as close to the drain that you're cleaning as you possibly can. That way, all the action is taking place inside. Work boots, guys, or at least shoes, maybe something waterproof, because if that cable starts coming out and you got stuff on them, it'd be nice to have some waterproof boots. Just wash them off and you're good to go. Always guys, I always have water hose. That way when I'm pulling my snake back out, or in this case with this awesome auto feed, that way I can clean my cable the best I can before I get it back out. If you're touchy about touching sewage and stuff, guys, get a pair of nitrils, and then you're going to want a pair of probably leather gloves to go over your nitrils. You're going to want to work your cable with cloth or leather gloves, right? You don't want to use your nitrils on the cable because it can easily get pinched up inside the cable and not cool, right? So you want your nitrils, or maybe some, you know, plumbers usually have some good waterproof gloves that they use, but you can go this route, nitrils with leather or cloth over top. That's what you're going to use to work your cable. And guys, attaching your attachments is as simple as unscrew it like that. Don't lose that screw, because that's what holds your cutter in. And then this just goes right in that slot. Put your screw back in. You want to get her nice and tight, guys. You don't want to go over tight, but you want it nice and snug, because that is literally what's holding your cutter on the end of your cable there. Alright, we're nice and snug. One more thing, guys, if you loosen that tensioner up and you know you're in neutral, you can pull this cable out by hand. Like if you got a long run down, you want to pull a bunch out without having to wait for the auto feed. You pull it in, pull it out, and push it back in. And then when you're ready to start again, just tighten your tensioner back down, and then you're good to go back on auto feed, okay? Alright, got that out of the way. Give me one more minute and we'll just turn this thing on and we'll start cleaning this drain. Foot drop to get down to the main, so I'm just feeding it in my hand. Get it down in the pipe where I want it to go, and we're in. So then I'm simply gonna tighten my tensioner knob back down, firm but not over tight, right guys? I'm gonna put my my clutch here and forward. So up is forward. Oh guys, one more thing I forgot. Very important part of your project. You're gonna want a 5-gallon bucket to sit on because it can take a while to clean out a line. So I'm gonna sit down. I got my switch here and forward. I got my clutch in forward. And I'm gonna sit here so I can see what's going on. And then I got my activator switch right here. Remember guys, the only one you want running your switch is you. So you know when to let go, and you know if something's getting tangled up, you're gonna stop, right? So we're in forward, so we're gonna go for it. We're gonna start cleaning. I keep my hand right here, guys, because I want to feel what's going on. If anything starts getting stuck, I want to let off that switch immediately. Going good so far. Oh, and guys, see, here's the good thing about the semi-open drum. I can just peek in here at any time and get a good idea of how much cable I got left. So we're going to keep ramming it in. My guess is to get to our sewer main, I got about 50 feet plus this 10 or 15 foot drop here, so we should have about 5-10 feet left over after we hit our main. So let's go for it. And remember guys, anytime, like if you start to hit a clog right there, you just simply put your lever in neutral, and you can just kind of let your cutter just start working at your issue, whatever you got going on in there. And then once it feels like you're freed up and you're past your blockage, you know, we're just going to go right back into forward and start feeding more cable. Take a look, see how much cable you got left. We still got a little bit in there. We'll just keep going. So I got a little bit of a blockage right there. So I'm going to sit here at neutral, and I'm going to let that cutter work at whatever's going on until I feel it freeing up. And just like that, I'm free of that blockage. So I'm going to let off. Now I'm going to switch to forward again. Take another peek at what we got left in here. Looks like we got, I don't know, it's hard to say, but maybe another 20-30 feet left of cable. So we're going to keep on working. And I can feel it there, guys. I mean, it's something you'd have to get used to, but I can feel that it dropped into the main. So I know I've made it all the way through my drain line. So now I'm simply going to put it in reverse. And this is the important part, guys. As that cable's being fed back in, you just simply rinse it, and you're going to avoid a lot of the crap coming back out with it, right? Alright, so we got our clutches in reverse now, and I'm immediately going to start spraying. And then if you can see, guys, the auto feed, I don't have to pull that cable back in. It's going to feed itself right back in. And guys, do remember that you're going to keep your switch in forward, right? The only time we're ever going to use reverse is if that cable actually gets tangled up in something. But this is always in forward, and this is what's going to control the direction of the feed for your cable, right? So we're going to go back in reverse, and we're going to start cleaning and feeding. That ain't it. There we go. That'll get more water in there. I want to take a peek back inside my drum here, because I want to know, you know, I don't want to pull that cable all the way out and have it spinning around up here in the air. So keep an eye on it, and also I can see that my drum is getting full of cable again, so I know we're heading in the right direction. Also, just keep listening, guys, because you can hear when that cutter starts getting closer, you can start to hear it clicking around in the drain, and I can hear it now. I can look inside my drum here, and I can see that it's getting pretty full. So I'm probably getting pretty close to the end here. Having the auto feed, I mean, it really is a huge deal. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've forced this thing into a drain and then had to pull it out by hand. I mean, it's bad for the back, it's bad for the knees, it's bad for the psyche when you never know how long it takes it to get it back out. So get yourself a bucket and just work at it, guys. You know, take your time. So we'll get it the rest of the way up. Just like I said, guys, try to keep it clean as it's coming back up. I can see that I'm almost full back inside my drum. I can see that the end of the snake, my cutter, is right there. So we'll get the rest of that pulled out, and then we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up, and we'll talk about this cool little beast. Alright guys, so as far as the review goes for the VEVOR, this is the 75 foot with the 1/2-inch cable. Cleaned out my sewer main just fine. We're going to go ahead and take it in the basement here and not too long, and we'll clean out some of our floor drains. This thing's perfect for like toilets, sinks, roof stacks even if you can get it up there, floor drains. I'm cleaning the main because I know that it's not too bad. This is something I do, that we have done or do a few times a year. So basically after the initial cost of this unit, from now on, you know, basically it's going to be free. It's a good machine, probably less than half of, you know, your competitors for the VEVOR. I've had a lot of VEVOR tools lately and they've all been, you know, top notch. But as far as this machine goes, I'm super happy with it, guys. Just keep, you know, it does come with your owner's manual and all that stuff. If you're not familiar with a machine like this, you know, definitely spend some time, go through that instruction manual. It's your owner's manual. It's got a lot of neat little tips and tricks in there. Don't be intimidated by it. If you do it safely and you follow the, you know, the instructions that come with it, or, you know, do it how I did it, you know, you're going to be fine, and you're going to save a lot of money with this machine. So you can even go out and make some money with this machine if you wanted to. Excellent machine, guys. I suggest you go ahead and, you know, give them a shot. If you've ever been in the market for one but you didn't want to spend $5 grand for a commercial, you know, sewer cleaning machine, this is it. You know, this is it right here. This is your perfect homeowner's sewer cleaning machine. And like I said, you could even go out and make a little money with it if you wanted to. Pretty awesome little thing, guys. Just, you know, keep some things in mind. Get a hose out here while you're pulling it back out. You know, stay in control of the cable. Get your machine close to your working area. You know, you want a firm level surface for the unit. Get you a bucket to sit on. That's always the most important thing. You know, some nitro gloves and some leathers over top, guys. All right, let's wrap it up. And you know, I hope you're having a great summer. Check out the VEVOR machine. I'll link right to it in the description. You want to pick one up, pick it up. Work great. Auto feed, guys, is a must. I'll never ever operate another machine without auto feed. It's a huge deal. All right, guys, 2 thumbs up for the VEVOR sewer cleaning machine, Sewer Snake. And until next time, guys, happy bashing.